Hey guys, so on today's video, we are gonna do another wear test on a foundation that we already tested in the past, and I kind of ended up not liking it. But the reason why I'm doing this again is sometimes we do this to ourselves where we buy expensive makeup or any kind of makeup and we just don't like returning stuff, so we end up trying to make it work. And second of all, somebody commented in that video where I reviewed it that it has a primer built in. So because of that, I wanted to see if by not using a primer, the foundation wears a little bit better on my oily skin. So hopefully we can make it work this second time around. Otherwise, I probably just don't like this CC cream. But before we get started, if you guys are new here, this channel is your guide to makeup for oily skin. So if that is something that you guys can relate to, please consider subscribing. And without further ado, let's get started with this video. When I did the review in my last video, by the way, I'll link that video up above and I'll also put it in the description box below so that you guys can check it out and see how different I treat it, I guess, if that makes sense, to see what works and what doesn't. I have mine in the shade tan, and I know a few of you guys said that it doesn't really match, but I was very stubborn when it came out and they didn't have medium tan in stock, or maybe it wasn't even an option back then. I don't remember. Although right now I do have a tan and I feel like it might work a little bit better this time around. If you can't notice by my nose, I have a horrible tan. I was wearing glasses and I usually don't wear glasses because of the fact that I don't like sunglass tans. But look at this, is all dark here, and then like the only light part is like around my eyes. It's supposed to be oil free. It's a matte finish. It has an SPF of 40 and it's supposed to be a poreless finish, full coverage. It has an anti-aging hydrating serum as well. So all of that sounds really promising, and that's why I want to like this CC cream so bad, because it seems like it's just everything in a bottle that you want. So my face has been washed and I have moisturizer on it right now. That is the only thing that I'm gonna do. I am not gonna put a primer and hope for the best. So I'm gonna pump out some of the product onto the back of my hand. And when I first tested it out, it applied very nicely with a brush. So that's what I'm gonna use today. The Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. And just apply it everywhere. The shade is really good now that I'm a little bit more tanned. I just hope it evens out that sunglass tan. I will tell you this, I don't enjoy the fact that it's super thick. It's kind of hard to blend out, which is why I decided not to use the the sponge. Because if you see in the first video, I used a sponge on one side and it was just not blending it at all because of how thick. Oh, do you see what happened there? Half of my nose. That poreless finish claim, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I have very visible pores on my nose. I feel like it blurs them out. I don't have any foundation or CC cream on this side, but on the side that I applied, I feel like it blurred out all of those pores. That's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and pat some of that product in because I feel like I see some brush strokes. And by doing this, you not only prevent the CC cream from moving around, but you make sure that there's no brush strokes anywhere in sight. All right, I'm gonna finish off the forehead. I'm liking the coverage and how my skin looks a little bit more flawless. But if you look close up, I feel like the foundation or the CC cream just looks very cakey. If I look up close, I can almost see the foundation already kind of settling in my nose. I don't know, maybe I just don't like this. But we'll see. We shall see. For concealer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer. This is one of my favorite tried and true concealers. I feel like it works with every single foundation I've ever used. I have mine in the shade medium. Just put a little bit of this here. Blend it out. Kind of just brightens up that area without it looking too cakey. I put a lot on this side. Alright, I'm going to set that under eye with the number 7 translucent loose powder. And I always forget. Just make sure that you have no creases under your eyes before you set. Otherwise, it'll be harder, trust me, to remove those creases. For the rest of the face, I'm going to use the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Loose Setting Powder. This one is in the shade medium. I don't think it's completely pigmented, so that's why I'm using it today. But you guys can use whatever you feel like works for you. This powder has been working really well for me, so I want to try it with this CC cream and see if it holds up a little bit longer. Alright, so everything is looking really nice so far. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face, and then I'll come back and let you guys know how everything applied. So everything applied really nicely over the foundation. The only thing is that I feel like I still look a little kind of cakey in real life. If you were to stand in front of me and look at my face, you could tell automatically that I'm wearing makeup because it's so thick and moussey. It's one of those foundations that you could actually feel on your skin. But if you guys don't care about that and can actually look past that, then I feel like you guys will like it. It does have a decent amount of coverage. It blurs out any imperfections. Like I said, it evens out everything. So I'm going to put it to the test. But before, I'm going to show you guys a close-up so you guys can see what I'm talking about and how everything looks close up. But I am going to put it to the test. It is $2.29 right now. I'm going to try and test it for at least 6 to 8 hours. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. So yeah, like right here, you could see it looking kind of cakey. It does, I feel like it does like settle in that like line right there. But yeah, that's how it looks from the get-go. We'll see how it holds, how it wears. If it ends up holding up, this foundation would be great for like prom, a wedding, something like that, because it is full coverage, and if it's long wearing and it blurs out imperfections like that, then I feel like it's really, really good for that. The only thing is that it has SPF, so I might have to retract what I just said because SPF does not photograph well. See, like, I don't know, we'll see how this wears, and yeah, I'll let you guys know. Guys, I am back, and it is, let me get my phone. It is 8:52, so a little bit over 6 hours of wear time for this foundation, and I must say that not wearing a primer or using any kind of primers on my skin really did make a difference. I actually do like it now. I'm going to be using it during the summer, especially because of the SPF. It did settle in some of my fine lines. Right now I'm looking at them straight in the mirror. You can't really tell that they've settled in my fine lines unless you look really, really close, which nobody's really like on your face. I think overall, kudos to the person who commented about wearing this without a primer, because I honestly think it made a huge difference. If you guys go back to the video where I did a wear test for the first time, you could see in my like final look that I look super greasy compared to what I look right now. I feel like it's held up really nicely, and I don't know, you guys, I like it a lot actually. I think I want to look into that shade, the medium tan, maybe in the future. But I think for now, this shade is actually good, or it's going to be really good for my summer shades. So tan, if you're kind of close to me and have a tan during the summer, then I think tan might be a really nice shade for you guys. I actually haven't blotted. I don't feel like I need to blot, which is weird. I am a little bit shinier now that I'm looking at the viewfinder. I am a little bit shiny around here and a tiny bit on my nose. I'll zoom you guys in a little bit. The only thing that I've touched up right now is literally my lip gloss. That's it. So I am shiny around there, but I think I still look pretty flawless. I didn't even do setting spray, so I think this is a real nice thing that you just slap on your face, put a little bit of blush and a little bit of highlight, and you're good to go. I did take a few pictures of my skin and how it looked with flash photography during the day, and then a flash photo during the nighttime. In my natural daylight, it photographed really, really nicely. My skin looks flawless. I didn't use any filters for that picture. And then in the daylight photo with flash, it also looks really nice. It photographed really well. You could tell it's a little bit lighter, like it kind of washes out because of the flash, but that happens regardless because flashes obviously wash you out. But I liked how it photographed. And then the last one that I took was a flash photo during nighttime, and I think it also photographed really well despite the fact that it has an SPF of 40. I hope this information kind of gives you a little bit more insight into how this CC cream works. I do truly believe that it does work better without any primer, which is so kind of crazy to think and to actually like accept, because I am big on primers, especially for my oily skin. But It Cosmetics does say that they have a primer infused within this formula. If you guys want to get a full perspective, make sure you see that video first. Like I said, I am going to link it down below. After watching this one, hopefully it kind of gives you a little bit more insight of whether or not you guys want to try it for yourself. If you guys like this kind of video where I retest a foundation that I didn't like in the beginning, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know which ones you want to see. I know I didn't really like the ColourPop foundation. Not the stick. I didn't like the foundation, like their liquid one. I didn't really like it. And which one did I like? Oh, the CoverGirl, the Full Spectrum foundation. I wasn't really impressed with that one. So I wouldn't mind trying those again differently than the first time I tried them, to see if we can make them work. Because like I said in the video at the beginning, I buy makeup sometimes, and besides the whole YouTube thing, I used to always buy makeup that I sometimes ended up not liking. And because either I'm just too lazy to return it or it's too late to return it, I feel like I always somehow made it work. So I can always try those other foundations out and see if we can make them work. Just like this one. Again, I am so thankful for that person that commented on the fact that it works better without primer, and it did. So hopefully this video helped you guys out in regards to this CC cream. And yeah, that is it for today's video. On the next video, I'm going to be working on the Catrice Foundation. I finally got this one. The only reason why I'm not working on this one just yet is because this one is a little too light, so I'm waiting on another shade. And then once I get that one shade, then hopefully it's a better match, and then I can get you guys a review, because I know some of you guys have been wanting this review for the foundation. So yeah, that is what you guys should be expecting in the near future, and that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.